Hello YouTube, I'm currently in London in an hotel in Shepherd's Bush. I am exhausted, and the reason being that it's been a very frantic week. The first thing is that I've been working really hard with a guy called Will Sutton and a fabulous lady called Elaine Hamilton, and we've been trying to keep the Portsmouth Writing Hub afloat while lots of things is going on in the city to see whether or not we can keep this organisation going. Thursday night was a fabulous success. Lots of the city creatives came out to support us, and I'm really pleased about that. And the second thing, and why I'm in London, is on Friday night I came to an agents party organised by the Society. I'm going to stop that because I just feel like I'm ranting.
Okay.
Hello YouTube, can you just do it so it's just a little bit up so I can see your eyes? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello YouTube. Oh, hello YouTube. I am exhausted. It has been a frantic week. Thursday night was the first launch of the Portsmouth Writing Hub. The Portsmouth Writing Hub has just been under a bit of a cloud at the moment about deciding who's going to sort things out, what's happening with it. And me and the local author called Will Sutton and a lady called Elaine Hamilton have tried to organise, well, we've not tried, we've done it. Clap on the back. We have organised the location and 6 months worth of events, and we're currently negotiating with the council and other organisations about creating funding. And the first night was great. I was so impressed and so grateful that at least 40 of the city's creatives came out to see what was happening. And the other thing, and why I'm in this lovely room in London, is on Friday it was the Agents Party, and that's organised by SCBWI, which is the Society of Children Book Writers and Illustrators. And it was a fabulous lineup. They had so many great agents on the panel. So you listen to them talk, and an author called Sarah Grant did the panel, and she was just so professional. It was like watching somebody on television sort of interview these people. She did a really good job, and I found lots of information about submitting to these agents. And then afterwards in the party you were able to go and talk to them and pitch them. And I saw 2 agents. I mean, I'm currently under R&R, which means sort of rewrite and resubmit to one of the agents. But yeah, I had some really good feedback. The thing I really need to talk about though, I think, is when you have anxiety and different problems like that, but you're determined to not let it stop you. It is really difficult, absolutely. The nerves before an event, you can't describe it. Which is, I'm very lucky, I'm very blessed that a lot of the time I have backup. I have a member of my family who come to these things with me. And I would say that if you can, take a friend with you. Not because you need their help, because they just get you over the threshold. So at that last moment when you think, no, I'm going to walk away from that, if you've got somebody else with you, walking off that threshold is just so much easier. And this time, I've not done a lot of the events in SCBWI because I just found the conference was just too much for me on my own. But for the agents party, I actually emailed them, I explained the problem, and my husband came with me. And that was really helpful. So, the first thing we did was get over the threshold. And then, of course, we get to the point in the evening where after the agents speak and it's time to speak to the agents, I obviously headed to the door, and it's just helped to have somebody else to say, look, you can always leave, but at least attempt to speak to these people. You know them, you've met them previously. So that's what I did. So He just stood with me in the queue, and I had 2 lovely chats and lovely feedback. And the other thing I have a massive problem with is when you have sort of anxiety, people think, oh right, it's all about getting there and going there. Well, you have a certain amount of control over that. You can plan and double check. For me, what I struggle with is after the event. After the event, rumination, worrying, oh, why did you say that? You waved at somebody and they walked past you. Did they not see you, or have you upset them? And I'm in absolute agony after the event. That is one of the really painful parts for me. So having someone with you, I mean, today we don't know what we're going to do, but we're just going to have a wander around the city. And also it means that you've got somebody else who says, no, I didn't notice that. I think no, he wouldn't say, I think you're completely mad, and you just imagine that. But just sort of links you into what actually happened, or and that really helps. I know some people have a real problem with actually speaking. They go very quiet, they look to the floor, and I think there's some understanding about that. But I go the other way. I tend to be a comedian. I'm aware that I'm talking too much. I joke, and it's sort of really painful because there's this little voice in your head saying, shut up, shut up, shut up, but you can't. So yeah, social anxiety in events, what can I say? It's just that personal journey and determination to get over it. I mean, there are things you can do, there's things you can put into place, but it's not very nice at all. Anyway, sorted out the hub on Thursday and it was a success. Went to the agent's party, got some leads. That is what I'm determined to hold on to. I am not going to just focus on the fact that, you know, I waved and said hello to somebody who probably didn't even see me in the crowd. I'm going to focus on the positives. So all in all, a really good week. I plan to just have a wander around the city, nothing really set in stone, and just have a really good time. So I hope you had a good week, YouTube. I'm going to put the links below for Portsmouth Writing Hub and for the Society of Children Book Writers and Illustrators. They're both fantastic resources, and I hope you check it out. If anybody wants to talk to me about things that I've discussed in this video, please feel free to drop me a line. I'll try to get back to you. Have a good week. Thank you.